Imagine a world of smoke and mirrors. A world where events unfold not by chance, but by design. Powerful forces operate in the shadows, manipulating global events. This is the world as revealed by Myron C. Fagan. He claimed to expose a secret society pulling the strings of power, the Illuminati. Fagan's recordings were a chilling account of a world controlled by a select few. Their ultimate goal, a one-world government, wars, economic collapses, and social upheavals as calculated moves in a grand chess game. Our journey begins in 1776, in the dimly lit halls of a Jesuit-controlled university in Ingolstadt, Bavaria. A professor named Adam Weishaupt founded a secret society called the Order of the Illuminati. Weishaupt, a former Jesuit, envisioned a world free from the constraints of religion and monarchy. The Illuminati quickly gained a reputation for its radical ideas and secretive practices. In 1785, the Bavarian government ordered its suppression. Many believe this marked the beginning of a new, more covert chapter. While the Bavarian Illuminati may have been suppressed, their ideas found fertile ground across the Atlantic. Some historians argue that the Illuminati's influence can be seen in the very foundations of the United States. The all-seeing eye on the dollar bill is often cited as a symbol of Illuminati control. The society's core tenets found new life in the burgeoning American Republic. In the 20th century, these ideals coalesced around the Council on Foreign Relations. Founded in 1921, the CFR brought together leading figures in politics, business, and media. Critics argue that its true purpose is far more sinister. Central to the Illuminati's alleged plan for world domination is the orchestration of global conflicts. According to conspiracy theorists, these wars are not random acts of aggression, but carefully calculated events designed to reshape the geopolitical landscape. At the heart of this theory lies a letter allegedly written in 1871 by Albert Pike, a Confederate general and prominent Freemason, to Italian revolutionary Giuseppe Mazzini. In this letter, Pike outlines a plan for 3 world wars. Each war, he claimed, would be carefully engineered to achieve specific objectives, ultimately paving the way for a new world order. The First World War, Pike wrote, would be necessary to overthrow the Tsarist regime in Russia and establish a communist stronghold in the country. The Second World War, he predicted, would pit fascism against communism, ultimately weakening both ideologies and laying the groundwork for the creation of the State of Israel. The Third and final World War, according to Pike's chilling vision, would be a religious war between Islam and the West. This conflict, he prophesied, would be the most devastating of all, leaving the world ripe for the emergence of a one-world government, a new world order controlled by the Illuminati. Section 5. The Media Machine, controlling the narrative. The success of the Illuminati's plan, according to conspiracy theorists, hinges on their ability to control information and manipulate public opinion. This is where the media comes in. They believe that the Illuminati exert a significant influence over mainstream media outlets. This control, they argue, is achieved through a combination of ownership, funding, and agenda setting. Critics point to the increasing consolidation of media ownership in the hands of a few corporations as evidence of this control. They argue that this concentration of power allows a small group of individuals to dictate the news agenda, shaping public perception and suppressing dissenting voices. The result, they claim, is a populace bombarded with carefully curated information designed to promote the Illuminati's agenda. This control extends beyond news reporting to encompass the entertainment industry as well. Films, television shows, and music, they argue, are all used to subtly promote Illuminati values and normalize their agenda. Through product placement, symbolism, and subliminal messaging, the Illuminati are able to influence the subconscious minds of millions. Section 6. The Rothschilds, Puppet Masters of Finance. Another key element in the Illuminati's alleged web of control is their influence over global financial systems. Conspiracy theorists often point to the Rothschild family, a wealthy banking dynasty, as the masterminds behind this financial manipulation. The Rothschilds, they claim, have used their vast wealth and influence to control central banks, manipulate markets, and engineer economic booms and busts. This power, they argue, stems from the Rothschilds' early involvement in central banking. In the 19th century, the family established a network of banks across Europe, giving them unprecedented control over the flow of money. This influence, conspiracy theorists believe, has only grown in the centuries since, with the Rothschilds playing a key role in the creation of institutions like the Federal Reserve and the International Monetary Fund. Through these institutions, critics argue, the Rothschilds and their Illuminati allies are able to manipulate interest rates, devalue currencies, and create artificial economic crises. These crises, in turn, are used to justify the expansion of government power and the implementation of policies that further erode national sovereignty, ultimately paving the way for a one-world government. Section 7. Fabricated crises, tools of control. The Illuminati, according to conspiracy theorists, thrive on chaos. They believe that the organization deliberately engineers crises, be they financial, political, or social, as a means of advancing their agenda. These manufactured crises, they argue, serve a dual purpose. Firstly, they sow fear and uncertainty among the population, making people more willing to accept authoritarian solutions. Secondly, they provide a pretext for the implementation of policies that would be met with resistance under normal circumstances. Take, for instance, the 2008 financial crisis. While the official narrative attributes the crisis to a combination of factors, including subprime mortgages and lax lending practices, conspiracy theorists see it as a deliberate act of sabotage orchestrated by the Illuminati. They argue that the crisis was engineered to transfer wealth from the masses to the elites, further consolidating the Illuminati's grip on the global financial system. They point to the bailouts of major banks and the subsequent austerity measures imposed on ordinary citizens as evidence of this agenda. Section 8. Echoes of conspiracy modern-day implications. The echoes of this alleged conspiracy can be seen in many aspects of modern life. From the increasing surveillance of citizens to the rise of globalization and the erosion of national sovereignty, conspiracy theorists see the Illuminati's fingerprints everywhere. The proliferation of global organizations like the United Nations and the World Health Organization is often cited as evidence of this trend towards global governance. These organizations, they argue, are merely tools used by the Illuminati to bypass national governments and impose their will on the world. The COVID-19 pandemic, in particular, has fueled a surge in conspiracy theories related to the Illuminati. Some believe that the virus was a bioweapon deliberately released by the organization to usher in a new era of authoritarian control. They point to the lockdowns, mask mandates, and vaccine passports as evidence of this agenda, arguing that these measures were not about public health but about control and compliance. Whether or not one subscribes to these specific theories, it is undeniable that the pandemic has highlighted the fragility of our institutions and the ease with which our freedoms can be curtailed. Section 9. Unveiling the Illusion, a call to awareness. The Illuminati's power, if it exists, rests on secrecy and deception. Their aim, according to conspiracy theorists, is to keep the population ignorant and divided, distracted by manufactured crises and trivial pursuits. The first step in breaking free from this alleged control, therefore, is awareness. We must educate ourselves about the world around us, questioning the official narratives presented to us by governments and media. We must learn to think critically, to connect the dots and to see the patterns that emerge. We must be wary of those who seek to divide us, whether along political, religious or racial lines. The Illuminati, if they exist, rely on our apathy and ignorance. They thrive in an environment where people are too afraid or too distracted to question the status quo. By educating ourselves and others, by engaging in open and honest dialogue, we can begin to dismantle the structures of control and create a more just and equitable world. Section 10. The fight for truth. Empower yourself. The fight for truth is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to challenge those in power. But it is a fight worth fighting. For in the words of John F. Kennedy, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are as a people inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths and to secret proceedings. We must not be afraid to ask difficult questions, to challenge the official narrative and to seek out alternative sources of information. We must be willing to stand up for what we believe in, even when it is unpopular or inconvenient. The future of our world may very well depend on it. Remember, knowledge is power. The more we know about the forces that shape our world, the better equipped we are to resist their influence. Do not be afraid to question, to explore, and to think for yourself. The truth is out there. Seek it out. Seek it.